Yes, we empower our community. Empower our community through our land. Through our land. Through our land.
Welcome to Through Our Lens podcast, the podcast where we focus on inspiring the African American community. Today, y'all, I have my special guest, my best friend, my prayer warrior. When I tell you we've been through some stuff, all I can say is God is good. We have came a long, long way. God is very good, and I'm so honored to have her here. It's amazing when you know a person and you watch them in each season of their life, and you know what they could have ultimately ended up being, but God, it hit different. Okay, so today my guest is Kinnyetta Kennedy. Hey, girl.
Hey, Nene. Hey, girl.
I was just so glad that you're here. You know, it's been a while.
It's been too long.
Too long. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I ain't going to even say nothing. We'll talk about that off camera. Mm-hmm. Too long, because we don't stay that far away from each other.
I know.
But we love each other, though. Y'all
so
know
much,
life be
so
life.
much.
She's a wife. She's a mother. I'm a mother.
Yes.
But the love, one thing that has never changed is the love that we have for
That's
each other.
right.
That's my
right.
girl.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So, y'all, today's podcast title is God, Grit, and Glamour, One Woman's Rise from the Ashes. So, Yetta, you ready to dive in?
I'm
ready to share your testimony?
I'm ready.
Girl, I'm ready for you to share it, too.
Listen, let's go.
So, your story is powerfully entitled, God, Grit, and Glamour. Let's start at the beginning. Can you paint a picture of your life before the ashes? What were your dreams and aspirations?
Okay, so first and foremost, thank you so much for having me, thinking enough of me to have me on here to share my story with you, you know. And when I read the first question, I was like, oh, we're going deep straight out the gate. I was like, before the ashes. And for me, I feel like I started from the ashes. You know, I'm thinking about, the reason why I say the question is so deep, my first memory of myself, 5 years old, two major things happened in my life. One, I was SA'd by a neighbor. Then, fatherless. Found out that the father who I thought was my father all my life was not my father. So, 5 years old, fatherless, assaulted. I started off early. I feel like I was born of the ashes, to be honest with you. So, that was pretty much my life from the ashes.
So what were like some of your dreams? Like, what were some of the things you dreamed about when you was young?
Young Yetta. So, through it all, like I said, it was tough, struggling with depression, but still having a dream. That's tough for me. But I've always felt kind of set apart. I felt like God had plans for me. What at the time I did not know. But I knew that I was going to be something, somewhere to somebody. My dreams at that time, they were pretty vague. I just wanted to be somebody. I wanted to come, I just wanted to kind of break generational curses early in my family. I knew, not that I have a bad family, but I knew what I was seeing. I wanted to be something real different from that, So I knew God was going to use me to do something different. Yeah.
It is.
And is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the title suggests a powerful transformation. Can you pinpoint the moment you felt like you were at your lowest point?
My lowest point would have had to be my daughters and I had to go into a domestic shelter. Yeah. We had to go, straight out of an abusive relationship. Just turning around, having to walk into that place, number one, with my babies. That had to be like the lowest point for me.
You are one of the strongest women I know.
Thank you, girl.
Because I remember, now I'm going to take you way back.
Oh, Lord.
We ain't going too far back.
We go way back, though. We go way back.
But I remember you getting a house.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I remember you furnishing the house.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you literally have always been a woman who got out the mud.
Oh, yeah.
You weren't looking for no handouts. You worked hard.
That's right.
And what you put your mind to and the things you wanted, you handled your business.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember it burning down.
Mm.
And I remember just, girl, I'm about to get a little choked
Girl.
up. I'm sorry. But I remember thinking, like, I seen you work so hard.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when I was coming, you was like, girl, I'm going to get the section off. I'm going to get the... And seeing you get these things...
In no time. Gone in no time.
Gone.
Everything.
Everything.
That was really a low point for me. It wasn't my lowest. I've had some low lows, you know. But that was definitely one of the hardest things that I had to go through. Because like you say, I had worked hard. I worked hard. And I mean, but I trust God. At the time, I couldn't understand why. Because I'm like, I try to do right. You know, at that time, I don't know if you remember, but that was like one of the times when I first came out into the ministry. Like, that was like one of those times where I'm like really trying to live right, really trying to do right. So for me, that was a setback because I'm like, where do I go from here? I got to go back to living with people, trying to build back from the ground up. But, you know, looking back, I understand that I was doing everything on my own. Like you say, I worked hard. I gave myself credit. So I think that was God's way of breaking me down to the point where having to rebuild with him, not just on my own. So I couldn't give myself credit, you know?
Good.
Yeah. You know.
So faith seems to be a key element. How has
Definitely.
your faith in God played a role in both the challenging times and the moments of triumph?
Girl, listen, God is my everything. God is truly my everything. I don't think I would have made it this far without God on my side. From 5 to 10 to 15, 20 to 38. You know, I've truly been walking with God all my life. I'm so thankful that he's found favor in me, you know, regardless of what I've done to disappoint him. I'm so grateful that he still is finding favor in me, you know, so just even from my lowest moments, my very lowest moment that I share with you, going into that shelter with my girls, it's crazy because I had peace. I know it was my lowest moment. I know I had never been that low in my life before, but it was a peace. It was a peace that I really cannot explain because I knew at that time God was getting ready to do something. Because I didn't go in. I could have went in blaming people. But at that time, I really just felt like, Kinnyetta, you got yourself in a situation. You've been idolizing everything but God. You know, we was doing our own thing at that time, you know, and this man, he kind of meant everything to me. Why? I don't know. I don't know. But, you know, God stripped me of everything. You know, the house was only about 10 months before that. I lost the house. I'm still chasing this man. Even though I done lost what seemed like everything then, I thought I couldn't get no lower, and here I am going into a shelter with nothing but like literally a trash bag. With we left everything behind going into this place. But like I said, it was a peace because I was willing. I didn't even want to take anything from my old life. I knew God was getting ready to do something. So for me in that place, I'm like, you know what, God, I don't know what it is that you want from me. I don't know what it is that I've done to put myself in a situation, but as of today, I fully surrender to you. I surrender wholeheartedly. I mean, that day, I guess that's where my peace came from because I knew I had surrendered it all. I knew the old Kinnyetta was gone. She was gone. Like, I knew from that day forward that I was just going to be obedient and just listen for the word of God, follow his instructions, and just be a willing vessel.
I remember, like, you've always been so strong to me. I don't know if I ever told you that.
You always have.
Like, you've always been so strong to me. And I knew it was real when we talked on the phone one time and you said, Nene, I'm scared. I'm like, I didn't even know what to say because I'm looking at you like,
this girl, yeah, you told me.
But not who? When you said to me, Nene, like, for real, I'm scared.
I'm scared, yeah.
I knew it was real.
It was real.
I knew it was real.
It was real. I don't know exactly what I was scared of. I knew I was scared of the situation, but I think I was more scared of where it could have went. You know, it could have been bad. You know.
But God.
But God.
It's one of those but God.
But God. But yeah, you've always told me how strong I was. I always felt that way about you too. I always felt, but you've always given me my flower. Girl, I love you so much.
I love you so much.
I love you so much, honey. I couldn't think of nobody more fitting to do this with. I honestly can't, because I know you've watched me. We've watched each other transition. Like, we met in college. Like, I think that was my first year.
Yeah.
I think that was, you had transferred.
Yeah.
And like, literally, we've watched each other transition through so many stages in life, girl. And I'm grateful for you. Like, even the help. You done had to help me a lot along the way too, girl. I remember.
You helped me.
Well, we helped each other. We helped each other. I can remember, like, not even having a car. That's why I say, when I say low lows, I've had some low lows, but I feel like God has definitely ordained certain people to be in my life to help. Like, I can remember us having our children, and I feel like you had more family support. I didn't have any family support, and you taking what you had just to help me get my baby to daycare. Like, girl, I'm so grateful and I never forget you, girl.
Yeah,
like,
I never forget you. Like, just your life has always been a testimony for me. Like, I never even ever considered myself, thought about becoming a wife. It was at your wedding.
Really?
I don't know if you remember this. I was talking to you. I don't know if it was the rehearsal or something, but I said to you, girl, this don't feel for real. I said,
like, what we doing?
Girl, like, I didn't think this happened for people like us.
Yeah.
And you looked at me and you said, Nene, listen, I need a man to love me properly. You said, I need for my girls to see me.
Yes,
in
girl,
love,
don't make me cry, girl. Oh my God.
properly.
Yes.
And that's when I got it, like, the importance of, like, yeah, your kids need to see.
You need to see
Before then, your girl ain't never thought about that.
Okay.
It took you
wow.
to really make me think about, like, it's bigger than just, like, your kids.
Yeah.
And you, like...
Oh, definitely.
Like...
Yeah, definitely. I felt like you. I felt like it don't happen for us. You know, we tried to make boys into men, rather. You know, no shade to them, but, like, literally trying to... I don't even think I was even going for the person that God had for me at the time. I feel like my life was such a struggle. I was addicted to all the wrong type of men, you know. I was addicted to them for what they could do for me. I was using my body as a source, you know, not saying I was, like, promiscuous or anything like that, but just using our bodies to get what we wanted, you know. And so, of course, when I went through that relationship and having a daughter who was old enough to understand what was going on, I felt like when I met my husband, it was something that was necessary. That's why I said that, because she had already saw toxic. You know, she had already saw what a man shouldn't be. So it's like, okay, I'm not just living for me anymore. I'm living for them as well, you know. And he's my husband, girl. Like, he never seems to amaze me. Like, literally, he's the same as I met him then. You know, he's never switched up. And I knew it when I met him. I knew, like, girl, first time I talked to him, I'm like, this is my husband. And I'm not saying that I wanted to be, because at that time, I was still very toxic. You know, I was still I had to be trained in a sense. You know, I know people don't like to use that word, but honestly, molded is, I guess, a better word to use. But, like, I was dysfunction. You know, I was so used to what I was used to, I didn't know what it felt like to be loved properly. I couldn't even allow him to love me properly. You know, but thank God, God know what we need when we need it. And he's the type of man who, he was so caring. He was so patient. And, like, I'm so used to, like, if I get upset, you get upset. We like combustion, you know, like, we getting ready to fight.
It's gonna get real up here.
It's gonna get real. So police gonna get called. Everything, you know. But, like, with him, he was the type, like, if I did start an argument, and we don't argue, you know, he's just not that type. But I started off arguing with him, and he's like, listen, I'm gonna tell you now, And you know Trevia, he's very passive. He's quiet when he wants to be, but he like started me off early. Like, listen, let me tell you something. I'm not arguing. I'm not gonna argue in front of these girls. I'm not gonna argue, and I don't want that to be our relationship. And it's like he was so smooth with just calming me down, like he really was. And I knew then I was like, oh Lord, I done met my husband. Like, oh my God, I want this forever. And like I say, he has not changed up. Not changed up.
I'm just so proud of you. Like I said, even now when I look back, I'm like, oh my God, my girl really is married. She's really
married.
She's taking care. The kids are taken care of. Like when I think about where we come from, what it could have really
what
been.
it really could have been.
Yes.
Like it really could have gone another way. And I thank God every day, even when I got up yesterday. And I kind of what I was talking about was how my husband was my safe space, how I didn't even feel worthy of him in the beginning, but God used him to show me my worth. Like he literally did. And I felt like I cannot even if my husband and I don't work out, I could never go under this. I could never lower my expectations to be treated less than this, But I don't think nobody working with my husband. Ain't nobody topping that.
And
not nobody. But yeah, it's a struggle, trying to balance marriage, especially like you say, new to it, motherhood. I kind of had got that kind of under wraps a little bit. The second child, they something else. That's something else. And the baby, they really take it there. Like you say about your babies, they really take you there. They challenge you a little bit, but just trying to balance it all. I know it ain't nobody but God. I know I can't give myself a lick of credit because I know it would have went the other way had I tried to fix it, had I tried to keep it together, had I tried to create it. But I know this ain't nothing but God's doing.
Amen.
Yeah, nothing but God.
So, I hate having to highlight all your low points.
No,
but
go ahead.
Let me tell you, I have to because people just don't understand. Like, I know. You've been through some stuff.
Yeah.
Another moment was, where I work at, and I know you've always been family oriented.
Oh, very.
Like, your whole family. Like, y'all are very family oriented. And when I realized you lost your brother. Yeah. That thing hit different.
It hit different.
Because I knew what D.I. meant, what he means to you.
Yes, girl,
so,
yes.
How was that?
Girl.
Because D.I. walked you down the aisle.
It was hard. Yeah. So, I never saw that coming for us. And then it happened at, of course, one of the highest times of my life. I feel like it happened when I was on cloud nine. I just got married, just gave birth to my child. Everything seemed like so perfect at the time. And then my brother get arrested. And so we're thinking, okay, this is something that might blow over. But your first offense, you end up getting 15 years. Like, that thing tore me. Because D.I. is like more than a brother to me. He was kind of like a son. We've always been really, really, really close. Like, even growing up, it was 5 of us. But the other 3, they had family that could come and get them and take them. D.I. and I were always home. We were always together. Like, even like once we started having kids, I had his kids, he had my kids. Like, we've always just been the yin to each other's yang, so that really, it tore me down for a while. I had to really like get myself together after that. I really had to get myself together. I was scared. Like, those are some of the things that I think kept bringing me closer to God. I think God's been using a lot of these things, like, because I've been running from God for a long time. But everything, like, every situation that you named was just pulling me closer to God. Because I realized, God, I can't do this by myself.
I need you.
I need you, literally. And that was just one of the times, girl, that I just felt like, God, you're going to have to pick me up from this. Like, I'm so used to being there for him, everything that he needs. And this is a situation like whenever your child, your family member, whenever they find themselves in that situation, it is nothing you can do. You can't do nothing but pray, honestly. No amount of money is going to get them out of that situation. no kind of persuasion. I got up in the courts, girl, and tried to persuade the judge. Like, I literally broke down and lost it in court. But it's just one of those things that was kind of like a done deal. It's time to start praying, So, that was tough.
I remember I seen him, because, they have to come to my job.
Okay,
before
yeah.
they go to the SCDC. And, girl, I had to get myself together. Because I remember
Little D-High.
And to see him, he was like, "What's up, Nene?" And to see him like that, girl, it felt like something. Because I knew it hurt. It hurt me to see him like that, but I knew that hurt you.
Oh, it hurt.
Because I knew what he means to you. And so, yeah,
I can only imagine like what you go through, like your job. I'm pretty sure you've seen so many people that you watch grow up. I can only imagine.
But you know what? Yeah, God prepped me for that. Because this is the crazy. That's why I tell people now, never count out who God will use to talk to you.
Yeah.
Because it was this dude when I was working at the prison. He said, "I need to talk to you." Now, he always talked to me.
Right.
He always talked to me. But he was like, "I'm going to have to talk to you at night." So when he said it, and I'm like, well, he better have nothing up his sleeve now.
Right. Yeah,
But
right.
it was like 1 o'clock. I was just doing my rounds and stuff. And he said, "Where you think you about to go, you think it's going to be easier."
Not him prophesying to you in the
Look, I'm looking
prison.
at him like, but not only I know that I'm about to leave, I have my reasons why I'm like, I needed something like this is just too much.
Yeah,
and blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
But he said, it's not going to get easier. He just looked through the door. I'm looking at the Lord. He said, it's not going to get easier.
Oh, wow.
He said, you're going to have to see people fighting for their life. He said, see, on this side, they've been sentenced.
Yeah.
He said, no, you're going to see kids
Girl.
fighting for their life.
Oh, wow.
He said, you going to see people even might be your family, and you going to have the key, and you going to have to lock the door.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, girl, and at that point, like, I knew this something else.
Yeah.
Girl, the hair on the back of my neck
Yes, I can.
stood up because I'm like, how did
he know
I ain't
this?
talk to you about, like,
That ain't nothing but God.
where this going? And now that I'm where I'm at, I see everything. Like, God was preparing me. See, I thought it was gonna get easy.
Yeah, you thought
That's
it
why
was
I was like,
easy.
I'm gonna get
out of here.
It's just too much, and it wasn't. It's actually harder. It's harder when you got the key and you gotta shut the door on people you know.
Yeah.
It's hard when you seeing kids fighting for their life for real. Like, it's hard. But I feel like I said, you can't count out who got
You can't. No.
Because this was a whole inmate who told me this.
Inmate.
And I know, I would have. I'm looking.
God can use anybody.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
God
right.
can use anybody, honey.
That's right.
And
So the world count people out. You can't count nobody.
you can't. That's right.
Because
That's
God
right.
will use anybody.
He can use anybody.
Yes.
Babies, you name
Yep.
it. Yeah. So, oh wow, that's crazy,
Okay, girl. I've been all in your business,
girl.
but I just
It's
tell you
okay.
like you.
I'll tell it to you.
I just gotta let people know because, like I said, I know you've been through so much. So to look at you now, girl,
look
don't
at
look
God.
like
Look at God.
Yes, don't look like you've been through none of that. I just had to let the world know.
Well, I appreciate it. Listen, we all gonna go through stuff. I mean, but like I said, that's God's way of shedding. The shedding don't feel good. I'm one to vouch for it. But when he started to put the pieces back together again, I'm okay with it. Everybody want that end result, but they don't want to go through the process. The process is not easy. Some people get broke in the process. Some people get lost in the process. Some people still in the process. Scared to take that next step to leap out. I just knew that I fully trust God. You got to trust that he gonna bring you through it. You know what I mean? Instead of just falling victim to it. A lot of people just falling victim. They still playing the blame game. No, go ahead and accept your responsibility and walk out. I even took responsibility for things that I didn't feel truly at fault for. I really did, because it's like, listen, I'm done playing the blame game. I could have been born in different situations. I could have been born in different families. But God, you placed me here, and obviously it was for a reason.
Girl, I love you. I love you. I'm just trying. I'm just taking it all in. Like I said, we're catching up on camera, okay?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
So, what was the very first concrete step you took to begin climbing out of the difficult situation? What made you choose that specific path?
So I pretty much told you my first concrete step. My first concrete step was stop blaming other people. I had to stop blaming other people. I had to take that long look in the mirror and say, hey, you are responsible for you. You know, you are responsible for what happens next. Stop. Don't look back. Ain't nothing to look back at. Everything, put it behind you. Keep moving forward. And so I just decided to be obedient. Like, I said, God, I don't know where you taking me. I was in the shelter, like literally with nothing. Like I say, trash bag got clothes in the clothes I ain't even want. I ain't want nothing. And I'm like, God, I trust you. Whatever you're getting ready to do for me. And so I called up one of my family members. A house had came open. It's like God just started moving. It's like that moment where I surrendered, God just started working. Like I knew. And so matter of fact, I didn't even call the family member. The family member called me.
What?
They called me and they were like, hey, I don't even know if they knew I was living in a shelter at the time. Maybe my grandma had told them. My grandma tell everything. So, but she, maybe she called him, but he called me and he was like, hey, I'm getting ready to evict someone out of my house. And he was like, do you want it? And I was like, yeah, like, definitely. I don't even know what the house looked like. I don't even care what the house looked like. And the house just ended up being a couple of doors down from my mom. And then he goes to say, I only want $200 in rent. And I'm like, well, I know you lying. Like, he said, yeah. He said, for the first year, all I want you to do is get yourself together and give me $200. And even though he asked for the $200, sometimes he wouldn't take them. Like birthdays come up, Christmas and stuff, he'll be like, no, I don't want anything from you. Like literally, who wouldn't do right with that step, And so, of course, I do hair. I've been doing hair since I was 10 years old. I've been in this game for a very, very long time. So I think God gave me this gift. This is a gift from God because I think he knew what I would go through in my life. And hair is not only my income, it is really my safe place. It is my therapy. Like literally, hair has really saved my life. Honestly. So even though I found myself at that low point, here I am climbing from the ashes again. Once again, I didn't have anything, but I had the gift of doing hair. So I'm like, listen, I got this house now. I'm finna get in this kitchen and do what I know.
And I used to be in there several times, okay?
Several times in
the kitchen.
A lot of people
don't know about it, okay?
Listen, don't hate on the kitchen. I don't hate on no kitchen stylist, because I know where I come from, And so that's just what I did. I say, you know what, God, at that time before that, I've always been strong intuition. God has always spoke to me, and I always wonder, why do you speak to me the way you do? Like I've always really heard God's voice from a little child up. I remember you used to be like, Kinnyetta, how you know these things? And I'm thinking to myself, everybody don't know.
I just know.
But at this time in my life, God really had stopped speaking to me. I guess he had let me have my way, do what I wanted to do. And it really crushed me. So at this point, I'm working my way back up, trying to get back. And I'm like, God, talk to me. Say something to me. I just want to hear from you. And I just knew, I said, you know what? I'm just going to keep working until God decides that he want to give me my next step. Step one, though, like you said, was stop blaming people and just start building back. And waiting on God.
Trusting the process.
Trusting the process. Yeah, pretty much.
So, you already told my audience that you have a hair salon.
I do.
So, running a business, especially a hair salon, is known for being demanding. What were some of the biggest challenges you faced in the early stages of building your salon? And how did you overcome them?
Oh, wow. I didn't know anything about business. All I knew how to do was hair. So once I worked for a little while, like I say, hair was just what I knew. And so I decided it's time to take a leap of faith and get my first hair salon. I did that without knowing anything about business. Like that was the most challenging thing, is actually having overhead and trying to manage other people. Like that thing belly flopped on me. Like literally. It failed in 10 months. It failed.
Really?
Yeah, my first salon failed in 10 months. And I mean, it's all a part of God's plan, but at the time, like I said, I knew nothing about business. And you really have to be mindful because the business game, it's a dirty world. You gotta know, you gotta have some business etiquette. If not, people are trying to get over all the time. And so I end up getting played. But even in that situation, I was done with the blame game. I said, you know what? I gotta stop blaming people. Yeah, the lady, she crossed me over real bad, but at the end of the day, shut it down, regroup, and God really spoke to me and told me, don't open another business. 2 years. And I'm like, 2 years?
2 years?
2 years. 2 years. And I'm like, why 2 years? And God said, I need you to educate yourself. I need you to take classes. And I'm like, what kind of classes am I going to take? Girl, I just started taking classes. Every class somebody had, I was pretty much in their class, front row, educating myself.
Wow.
Yeah, I was determined not to let what happened the first go round happen to me, again. Yeah.
So, in our podcast title, we mentioned grit. What does grit mean to you? And how did you tap into your inner resilience when things got tough with your business?
So, grit to me, like when I first think of the word grit, I think about it in its noun form. I think of something dirty. I think of something in pieces. I think of residue when I think of grit. But then as I look at it from a verb point of view, I think it is like taking these pieces, taking this dirty stuff and still being able to paint a beautiful picture, just taking all these pieces from your life and still determined that you're going to make something out of it.
Girl, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So can you share specific instincts where you almost gave up and what ultimately kept you going?
Oh, yeah. I pretty much just shared it. Going into that business and not knowing anything, signing contracts, don't sign contracts. Don't sign contracts without reading them. Get you a lawyer. Get you somebody to look over it. Because, honestly, that's the first thing I did. I walked in just signing contracts. And the crazy thing is, I did it again when I got my new business. And I had to eat it. Honestly, the first one cost me the business. The second one cost me some money. But it's like, dang, why do I keep going in here, signing these contracts, trusting people, And so the first time, I just signed a contract and most of the stuff was verbal. Second time, too. It was a lot of verbal stuff that we talked about that wasn't in the contract. And so as I signed and things started going wrong, I pretty much was out of it. And then the second go round, I just signed based off of what he said, and coming to find out, I'm responsible for everything, anything. Wow. So it's things as they started to happen, I almost quit again. This is my new salon that I'm in now. And so I just felt so defeated. I called my husband. I was like, listen, I'm coming back home. I got that kind of husband that feel like, you don't want to work? You can go home. Come on home, And so I was thankful for that. But in that moment, God convicted me. He's like, listen, if you quit now, you're going to be quitting all your life. I need you to handle this. And I mean, I'm looking at the price like, I ain't doing it. And I really called my husband. But then by the time I got home, I told my husband, I said, look, I'm going to pay this because you got to have tough skin in this game, And I got to show that I want it. Everything is not going to come easy. I guess I had the mentality that everything was going to be easy. You set up, you pray for it, it's yours. You got to put in work. You got to put in work. And you got to be willing to take some losses, So the losses, that's what make you. That's what make or break you, And so I realized I looked at it like a loss and I handled it like a boss. I did.
Girl, say that again.
Looked at the loss and handled it like a boss.
Okay then. Love it.
I did. So, and I'm telling you, it done something to me. It done something to my spirit just to be able to handle it. I thought oh my God, I'm going to let go of this money and it's going to put me back at zero. And I felt like I was going to feel terrible. But when I did it, I was like, I was so proud of myself. I was like, listen, like, you ready. Girl, you ready.
Did that.
You ready. You ready. Because that's the lesson I learned from it. It's like, listen, be willing to take these losses and regroup. Don't let it knock you off. Don't let it, put you back at zero. It might put you at zero financially, but don't let it put you at zero spiritually. Like, no.
Girl, you up here dropping balls. Okay. Put you at zero financially. But do what now?
Don't let it put you at zero spiritually.
But don't let it put you at zero spiritually.
That's
girl,
right.
I love that.
Thank you.
I love that. Okay, now I'm going to have to take that. I'm going to borrow it.
Borrow it, girl. Take it. Take it, girl.
I'm give you credit for it.
You heard it here first.
So did you have a mentor or someone who significantly influenced your journey? What's the most valuable piece of advice they gave you?
It's crazy because I always, even now, like going into the ministry, I'm like, I need a mentor. All I say all day long is, God, send me a mentor. I pray for a mentor. I've never really had a mentor per se, but like I said before, I think God has really ordained certain people to be in my life to help me. Like, not a professional mentor, but my grandmother is like, if you have a grandmother that's living and able, able-minded, she drops jewels all the time. Like, literally, she's the one who really keeps me going. She holds my business in the palm of her hand. She holds my marriage in the palm of her hand. She's always, I can feel the prayers, girl. I can literally feel her praying for us.
Grandmothers.
Ooh, yes. I mean, I can remember going to her and saying, I'm going to quit. I'm going to give up on this, no matter what it is. And she won't say anything. She's such a listener. And then she'll wait a little while and I go back to her and I'm like, I made it through, And she's like, I knew you would, I'm praying for you. I know that wasn't going to happen. I prayed that thing off of you. But yeah, so she's pretty much my only, mentor per se,
I remember when we were younger how you used to always talk about your relationship with your grandmother.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be like, my grandma could save some money now.
Want to be just like her.
That's what you said. I would have been my grandma. My grandma could
just
save
like
some money.
her. Right. And I mean, that's why I say when I'm around her, even if I try to spend money, I'm like, I look at her, side-eye her, she looking like, My grandma don't play that spending money. Listen, I mean, we can go out and try to eat. We've been gone all day. She's like, I'm going to eat when I get home. I'm like, me too. But girl,
say them coins,
she
okay?
Say them coins big time. Like, my grandmother is the type of person, like, she was a janitor. So you wouldn't think that she would have what she has. Like, people come to my grandma all the time for money. And I'm thinking to myself, when I was younger, I'm like, why don't my grandma just help these people? She know they need it. But as I got older, and like I said, I hang with her all the time. And so she was just, I guess you get older and you get wiser and you realize my grandma did all of this off a janitor salary. I think she told me her check was $128 a week.
Wow.
$128 a week. And so I'm really impressed. I'm like, Grandma, this don't look like a janitor's salary, but it's not what you have, it's what you do with it.
That's right, that discipline.
Yeah, it's discipline. And so she told me, she said, because I don't. You asked me the second part of the question, like, what have I learned from her? And like, she taught me that everybody's problem was not my problem.
Ooh.
That's something that I had to take from her because honestly, she taught me to use discernment to know, to ask God, who am I supposed to help? Who have you taught me to? Because, I'm the type, I'm a giver.
And yes, we'll give your last.
I'll take my shoes off. I'll take
your last.
If you tell me you like my earrings, I'm like, girl, here you go,
girl.
I get it from my mom. Yeah. My mom was the type that my mom is still like that.
She's a giver.
She's a giver. And I realized if my grandma gave everything that she had, she wouldn't have anything. A lot of us are praying to God, oh, we want this, we want that. And God has given it to you, but you've given it away. So I realized that, if I could take anything from her, that's what I want. I want to have discernment to know when to give. Not just giving everything away and turning around and coming up empty,
That's true. That's absolutely true.
Oh, yeah.
So the title also includes glamour. What does the word represent to you now, and how has its meaning evolved throughout your journey?
So glamour, I would say this is glamorous. Your home is glamorous.
Girl.
Girl. It is. You've always been full of glamour, though. And honestly, glamour now, I think, is like inner outward.
Right.
You know, of course, 5 years ago, I was like, oh, glamour, that's fashion, that's beauty. You know, like, but as I've evolved, the word has evolved to me. You know, glamour is just that thing that you carry that's appealing to others. Like, it could be your smile, you know, it could be your words of encouragement, just whatever it is that draws people to you, you know.
So, what does success look like to you today as a salon owner? Is it solely financial, or are there other measures of fulfillment?
Oh, yeah, no, it's not solely financial. Definitely not. Now, if God want to bless me with $1 million,
Take that.
I'll take it. You know, that would be success in part. But for me, success is balance. I pray for balance. It was tough in the beginning because, like I said, I knew how to do hair. I knew how to make money. You know, money don't make you happy.
True.
Money bring problems. So I knew that it had to be something more. So when I first got married and I, you know, had the family and the business, I was all over the place. It was like I could never be enough to everybody. Either I was in the business 100% and the kids were lacking, and my husband was lacking. Then my husband need me. I go try to give him my all. Now the kids lacking, the business lacking. It's like anytime I tried to do one, I was just all over the place. So I'm like, God, how do I balance this? You need God to balance all of this stuff, because you can't. I mean, you cannot be everything to everybody. And I think that's what I was trying to be. So I definitely had to realize that there were going to be certain seasons in my life where I needed to focus on the business. I need to focus on my husband. I need to focus on my children. Anything after that, y'all just want me. You know? Y'all just want me. So success to me is just continuously being able to balance it all and be successful in doing it. You know, being a great mom, being a great business owner, and being a great wife. And now being a great minister. Like,
yes.
Yes.
All that.
Yeah.
It's funny that you said, I was reading this book and I cannot think of her name. That's just going to aggravate me. But she was breaking down like the Proverbs 31 woman. And she was saying a lot of women think you have to be all that in one.
All that at once.
But it's different seasons.
It's different seasons.
When you're
It's different seasons. And like I say, you know, when you're in tune the way I'm in tune, I'm really in tune. Like, I really spend a lot of time in prayer. Like, just praying over my family, praying over the business, praying over my marriage, praying for other people. I trust that God will show me what people need and when they need it. You know, I just try to follow the signs. And when you get to that point, that means you got to cut out a lot of distractions. You know, social media. Not saying social media is bad, but it is a lot of times that I fast. I think that's where fasting comes into play at. Because if you're not fasting, you're so distracted. You're so distracted by everything around you. And your child might be over here crying for help. Not physically crying, verbally crying for help, but you missing the cues, you know. So I pray that God always give me the cues. Let me see the cues. Let me see who needs me even when they don't say they need me, you know, and give me the strength to be there for them. You know, I do have a good husband. He's very good about watching the cues. Like, good. Yeah, he really is. He's very observant. I don't really have to say too much. So even with him being who he is, it makes me want to make sure that he's taken care of too. You know, the business, I don't put the business above the family, but the business feeds the family. Right. You know, the business. So it's just as important.
So what are you most proud of achieving in your career so far?
My family.
Oh.
My family. I mean, that's the biggest achievement. I don't care. You can take it all. Don't take my family. You know, the family I created. My family that I come from too, but mostly because you get to, I feel like everything that you've been through, you get to kind of instill it in your children. You know, of course, age appropriately. My daughter, my oldest is 16 now. You know, she's driving, she's working, she's coming to me for advice. So just being able to pour, I love it. Being able to shape and mold, you know, giving them things that you didn't have. And I'm not just talking about material things, you
Right.
know, just spiritually being able to be there for them, being able to lead by example. I love walking the walk that I walk. You know, I love it because they walking right behind me. Like,
are.
they
That's right.
they really are. And sometimes, like I say, at the beginning, you don't see it. You don't see it because you're like, you feel like you're in over your head. It feels so challenging. And then you just listen at them talk. You know, how you just can overhear them talking. Like my daughter, sometimes I can overhear her on the phone. And I'm like, that girl sounds like
just
me.
like me.
I'm like, oh, she sounds like me. And baby boy, he walk around preaching, praying, speaking in tongues.
Yes, okay.
You know, and it's just like, oh my God, this is what it's all about. It's all about the family. You know, they gonna have to be put out into society one day. So, I mean, my family, that's the proudest thing to me. You know, that's what I'm most proud of. Yeah.
I love that. So how does your faith continue to influence your business practices and your interactions with your clients and employees?
So listen, I always tell people it's a ministry. Salon owners, like just not any business, it's a ministry because you're dealing with souls, you know, especially stylists. When they sit down in your chair, and I'm a braider, so of course I spend time with people. Like it's not an hour and you out of my chair. Most of the time I sit with people for 3 to 5 hours. In that time, sometimes somebody done told you their whole life story. And what we say to them can make or break them. It really can. So, you know, like I say, I was 10 years old when I took my first client. I know that I have not been perfect. I know that I have not been who I am today. I know I made a lot of mistakes along the way, especially like around maybe like 18 to 25, where you just got into gossip or, you know, you fed demons in people, you know, just all of that. So now I thank God that as my faith has grown, I'm able to pour back into my clients as well. You know, I know when to listen. Some people just want to vent. You know, I know when it's time to actually pour. And I've asked God for discernment over the years because some people just love what they go through. Let's just be real.
Right.
You know,
That's
and
true.
I always ask God, don't let me pour into empty. I don't mind pouring into empty cups, but if you're just going to keep pouring it out, like, God, don't waste my energy. You know, don't waste my time. But a lot of people, I found out just by conversation that they don't just sit in my chair for my talent. You know, they sit in there for my time. They really do. They love the conversation. You always so uplifted. Like, can't nobody else touch my head. You know, honestly, though, it's a ministry within itself. It truly is. So I know the stronger my faith is, the stronger my business is. So, like, having a business anyway, it's a faith walk. You know, some days it's up, some days it's down. You know, you really be out here holding on to the hem. You'll be holding on to the hem for dear life. Literally. It's a faith walk. Honestly. It truly is.
I love that. Touching heads and feeding souls at the same time.
At the same time.
So, what advice would you give to other women who are facing adversity and dreaming of starting their own business?
Don't give up. Don't give up. Be resilient, you know. It's difficult, but anything worth having is worth fighting for. You're going to go through something. Like, don't run at the first sight of trouble. Understand that you will face opposition. You will face so many challenges along the way, but just don't give up. As long as you don't give up and you keep going, it is another side to it, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful on that side.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Keep going. Never give up.
Keep going. What is the most valuable lesson that you have learned?
I think I've said it a couple of times. Hold yourself accountable.
Just hold.
Yeah. Like I say, my change started happening for me when I stopped blaming other people. And I started having accountability. Nothing pains me more than a person who just has no accountability. They can sit up and tell you everybody's faults or what's wrong with their lives, but you looking at their lives and they haven't taken any accountability for their children, for their life, for anything. Children hurting, needing healing. I refuse to be that person. If it's anything that happened on my behalf, I'm going to take accountability, because how you going to fix it?
That's right.
So definitely take accountability.
So start with the person in the mirror.
Start with the person in the mirror. If you start with the person in the mirror, it'll never lead you astray. It don't matter what nobody around you is doing. It don't matter what they did to you. You're going to be able to just let it roll off your back. Take accountability. Move on.
Accountability.
Yeah, move on.
So looking ahead, what are your future goals for your salon and for yourself?
So my future goals, one has actually been fulfilled, like this week once again. I just wanted to fill my salon up. I wanted all the seats to be full. So as of yesterday, all the seats are full. So I thank God for that. And then also sister, like a partnership to my salon, is my rated university school. So I love it. Teaching is like a passion of mine. So for me to be able to pour into aspiring young girls, girl, that feeds my soul in a different way. Like, you should see the smiles on their faces when they come in. They all attentive. Like, I feel like that's another platform. Mm-hmm. It really is, because like I say, even in there, what you say to them can make or break them.
That's all right.
They so determined at that age. All they want to do is come in and be somebody. Mm-hmm. And that the fact that I get to play a part in that, I love it. And so right now, I'm just doing like the one-on-ones. I've stopped the classes because one of my goals is to be able to take the classes outside of just this area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Branching out. Yes.
Branching off, yeah. So I stopped the classes because I've been doing it for like 3 years, and the classes were always full. I mean,
that's a blessing.
That's a blessing. None but God and good parents who are investing. I thank God for the parents that invest in their children. Like, that is something that you can't go wrong with.
That's all right.
So, but eventually the classes start to die down a little bit because I feel like I conquered the area. Mm-hmm. I literally did. Like, everybody who probably could have came has come. Mm-hmm. So it's like I say, you know what, stop the classes so you can prepare for the next level. Yeah.
So if you could go back in time and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be? Talking to Lil Yetta.
Talking to Lil Yetta.
Yeah, talking to Lil Yetta. Girl, what would you tell her?
Lil Yetta. Lil Yetta. Ain't that serious.
Ain't that deep.
Ain't that deep. It's not that deep. Mm-hmm. It's not that serious. Honestly, that's what I would say. Everything, I guess when you're a child, everything just feels like it's so heavy. Mm-hmm. But it's not really that deep. Live and let live.
Keep going.
Keep going. Yeah, I felt like everything was serious when I was. I mean, I got diagnosed with depression at 10 years old, so I internalized everything. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. People gonna be people. My 10-year-old now, she's so smart, and she say stuff, and I don't even think that she knows what she's saying a lot of the times. But she say, you have humans and you have people. And I'm like, okay, then. What's the difference? She's like, well, we're all humans, but people are going to be people. You can't control people. And she's like, you can expect a human to be a human, but people, you never know. And I'm like,
she is so wise.
She's so bright. She's so wise and cognitive. Stoney is very wise beyond her years. All my kids are smart, but she's the one that I feel like.
Do you see yourself in her?
I see myself in Stoney a lot. And I love it because Kyla's like really smart. Kyla's like, she ready, girl. Kyla ready to go.
Kyla's going to be soaring, okay?
Kyla ready
to spread her wings.
She ready to spread her wings. She's ready to go, and she's ready to take everything that she's learned. But Stoney, it's like, she makes me have to get on my P's and Q's because she kind of know everything I learned. It took me 38 years. It took me 38 years to learn it, and this girl know it at 10. So it's like, okay, mama, you got to step your game up with this one. Like, yeah, she's very bright. She's
a
very
blessing.
bright. Yeah.
So, what is one thing you want listeners to take away from your story?
That I didn't quit. Like, how can I tell you not to quit? And I quit. I didn't quit. You heard my story. I've been through hell and back. And I'm still going forward. You know, I'm still going strong. It's going to take more than that to get me down. Honestly, I'm going to have to be no legs.
Not no legs. Even with them no legs.
Even with no legs, I'm still coming.
Making a way.
I'm still coming. Like,
Still
literally, I still would make a way. Like, nothing, it's not that deep. Like, honestly, I'm going to keep going no matter what. I want to see what the end going to be. I really want to see. Like, I trust that God, this is just the beginning. Even though it seems like I've been through a lot already, it's just the beginning. I can't wait to see where it goes. Honestly.
So where can listeners find your salon and connect with you online?
So my salon is found at headsupbeauty.com. On that site, all my contact information is there. You can find me at Kinnyetta Kennedy on Facebook. And that's pretty much it.
Well, girl, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
For coming on my platform.
Thank you.
Even though I don't see you like that.
I know.
I love you. I love you down. And thank you for all of the lessons.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that you taught me just by being you. Just by you not giving up. Just by you being such a woman of strength. Because sometimes you don't know you got an audience. Girl, I was in the audience.
Look, don't know.
I didn't even know. I was in the audience like, dang, she is the strongest person I know. Every time I turn around, something get thrown and she just get back out.
Didn't know. Don't know. Just living. But I appreciate you. I mean, you have always told me, though. Like, literally, always told me. And like you say, we don't see each other, but the love is still there. I know we busy with family. Like, if time could separate you and your best friend and the love not be there, y'all really weren't best friends.
That's
in,
right.
in the first
That's right.
place.
That's
you know,
right.
I understand that we got our own separate lives, but I really thank you for thinking about me, girl. Thinking about my testimony. I wanted to share it with somebody who knew, who saw it firsthand. You know, no guessing. I ain't got to sit here and talk all day. You saw it.
I seen it.
You saw it. You was a witness to it. But not just the lows, the highs too.
The highs too.
Yeah, the high in my wedding there.
Yes.
Yes.
The one who made me want to be a wife. Okay.
It's happening. It's coming.
It's
It's
coming.
coming.
Your girl gonna be a wife, okay? I'm gonna be a wife for real. Now, at one point in time, it wasn't happening.
It's gonna happen.
Thank you for this lady right here, my girl. She got me on track.
That's good to know.
So,
Man, that's good.
girl, I gotta give you a hug.
Yeah.
I love you. Could never have somebody else. Oh, I love you, girl.
I love you more.
Down. And to my guests, make sure you like and subscribe. Love y'all.